Russia-Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 435 of the invasion. 1. Zelensky denied that Ukraine is involved in the drone attack on the Kremlin. 2. Medvedev, no option left other than elimination of Zelensky. 3. The Russian military sent 15 Shahed drones to Odessa. Most of them were destroyed. 4. Air alert in Kiev and a number of other areas in eastern Ukraine. 5. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the Ukrainian counteroffensive has begun. I expect its active phase within days. Now let's tell the events and news in detail. An air alert was declared tonight for most of the eastern half of Ukraine. Residents of the Kiev region were warned of the threat of shelling. Explosions were also reported in the capital, Kiev. Anti-aircraft defense has been activated. In addition to the region of the capital, an air alert was also announced in a number of other regions, including Odessa, Mykolaiv, Poltava, Chernihiv, Sumy, Kharkiv, Zaporizhia, and others. 7/6 on May 4, Russian forces attacked Ukraine with Iranian-made Shahed 136-131 drones. Ukrainian air defense forces shot down 18 enemy UAVs out of 24. In addition, Ukrainian defenders destroyed a Russian reconnaissance UAV. 7:40. On the night of May the 4th, the Russian army attacked Nikopol in the Dnipropetrovsk region with artillery and UAVs. A 32-year-old man was injured and hospitalized. 11 private houses and 9 outbuildings were damaged in the city, as well as a gas station and a power line. There is also destruction at one of the industrial enterprises. A fire had broken out there, but the rescuers already extinguished it. 8:24. In Kiev, due to the downing of Russian aerial objects in the Shevchenkivsky, Pecherskiev, and Podilsky districts, around 10 pieces of debris fell on various streets. As a result, parked cars and the road surface were partially damaged. There is no information about the victims. Kiev City Military Administration. 8:37. Zaporizhia also came under enemy fire this night. Local private houses were damaged. There are no victims due to an attack. 9:03. On the night of May the 4th, Russian troops launched a missile attack on Kramatorsk in the Donetsk region, damaging the building of an educational institution and nearby residential buildings. There are no casualties. The Russian military sent 15 Shahed kamikaze drones to the southern Ukrainian city of Odessa last night. According to the data of the South Operational Command, a large part of them were destroyed by the air defense forces and the mobile file groups. Earlier, the Ukrainian agency Union reported that an air alert was declared in a number of regions of Ukraine. Explosions were heard in the capital, Kiev. However, the drones and missiles sent to the city were destroyed by the anti-aircraft defense. Yesterday, Russia accused Ukraine of an attempt on the life of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Spokesman Dmitry Peskov said 2 drones were downed on Tuesday over the Kremlin, and senior Russian officials called for the liquidation of power in Kiev and the physical elimination of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Zelensky himself denied the Kremlin's claims of an assassination attempt against Putin. Volodymyr Zelensky also emphasized that his country did not attack Moscow or the Russian president. We are not attacking Putin or Moscow. We fight on our territory. We protect our villages and towns. We don't have enough weapons, so we don't use them anywhere else. For us, they are in short supply. We cannot waste them. And we have not attacked Putin. We leave that to the tribunal, the Ukrainian head of state pointed out. Washington announced that it could not confirm the credibility of the Russian accusations. Secretary of State Antony Blinken stressed that he would not trust information coming from the Kremlin. I have seen the reports, but I cannot confirm them in any way. We just don't know. Second, I would take anything coming from the Kremlin with a very large amount of skepticism. Let's see what the facts are. It's really hard to comment or speculate on this without knowing what the facts are. More generally, when it comes to Ukraine, it is under daily attack, not only its incredibly brave military forces, but also by its citizens, he said. Meanwhile, the United States announced another aid package for the Ukrainian army. It includes various anti-tank systems, trucks, missiles for the HIMARS rocket launcher systems, and has a total cost of $300 million. On Twitter, President Zelensky wrote that the new package of American military aid announced by Washington is bringing the victory of Ukraine closer. Besides, after weeks of disputes, Sweden, the current holder of the EU's rotating presidency, said the group's ambassadors had finalized a decision to support the Ukrainian armed forces through €1 billion for joint procurement of ammunition and missiles. The scheme is designed to provide Ukraine with 1 million artillery shells within the next 12 months. Yevgeny Prigozhin. The Ukrainian counteroffensive has begun. I expect its active phase within days. The counteroffensive of the armed forces of Ukraine is already underway, Russian businessman and owner of PMC Wagner Yevgeny Prigozhin said in an audio commentary for his channel Prigozhin's Press Service. The formal reason for the comment was a question from the edition Nakun.ru about the fact that, according to U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, the Ukrainian armed forces are planning to advance to the front in the coming weeks. I think that the offensive of the Ukrainian army has basically already started. We see the highest activity of the enemy aviation. We see the highest activity along the perimeter and inside our front. Moreover, if we control our front inside, then the perimeter, unfortunately, the situation looks, let's put it this way, not in the best way, Putin's chef says in his statement. And that is why our flanks, on the question of how reliable they are, I will remain silent for the time being out of politeness. The enemy has also become more active beyond the historical borders of Ukraine and the territory of the Russian Federation. We see the situation in different areas of ours, trains, drones, etc. That's why I think everything has already started. When will it go into an active phase? I think that soon, maybe in the next few days, adds Prigozhin. Also today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced the advance of the Ukrainian armed forces as recent. Zelensky said that the Ukrainian army will soon go on the offensive, and then he hopes to receive aircraft from the partners. Why am I confident that we will have planes? Because soon there will be offensive actions, and after them, I am sure we will be given planes. We wished it were the other way round, but it is the way it is, Zelensky said at a press conference during his unannounced visit to Finland for the delivery of aircraft from Denmark. That's all our news for today. See you in the next videos.